everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So first of all, happy Halloween or happy almost Halloween. I think this video is going up a day before Halloween, but I'm pre-recording right now so I'm not entirely sure, but happy almost Halloween. Today I'm sharing a spooky build with you. It's not spooky necessarily, it's more on the creepy side of things, I guess. And this is an entry for my own shell challenge that I hosted over on Twitch. So if you're confused, I did not host this one over on YouTube. You didn't miss anything. I just hosted this on my stream for my chat to do, but let me know if you're interested in doing another shell challenge, because then I will definitely create one for YouTube as well if you are interested in that at all. I do host them from time to time over on Twitch, so if you want to come check out my stream, then you can obviously go ahead and do so. The link to my channel is always down in the description box, but it's just Simmary Sims. So you can find me over there on Twitch. And yeah, today I am sharing with you my own entry for this spooky shell challenge that I set for Halloween. So I'm actually doing the shell tours over on stream on Halloween, and since this is the only spooky build I did this year, I figured I would just share this one here on YouTube with you guys as well. So I am building over here in Moonwood Mill. As I started building this, I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to achieve, and honestly, it is just a little bit of a mixture of different things, I guess. Because, I mean, since we're building in Moonwood Mill, it definitely has some industrial abandoned factory vibes to it. But then I also placed a gargoyle from the vampire stuff pack, or game pack for some reason, because I had like that little area for it. And yeah, this is an actual shell challenge, so I did have a set shell to work with already, as you can probably tell by the video. The shell was already there, and this is actually a tiny shell. I think it's exactly 100 tiles, if I'm not mistaken, which the people participating in the challenge didn't have to keep the 100 tile count. Like if you want to add platforms and stuff like that, then you can definitely do that. But it is more of a tiny shell. It's definitely very small. So that is what I had to work with. And I was fiddling around with what to do with it for the longest time. And then in the end, I actually decided to turn this into a bar. I partially built this over on stream. So I had my chat to help me out with what sort of thing we should do for this one. Because obviously it needed to fit the theme, it needed to be spooky or creepy in one way or another. And yeah, so I decided to turn this into a bar. So it looks just like an abandoned factory build turned into a bar for werewolves or basically any other occult, though vampires and werewolves don't really get along, so I feel like they won't visit at the same time, but yeah, it's like an occult bar basically, or just a werewolf bar, I guess. And then this shell does have a basement, so that was very interesting. So I really did not want this to be like just a grungy looking bar. I wanted there to be more to it. So we have a basement that is very creepy, actually. You'll see that a little bit later on. I turned that into like a little prison area with a couple of hospital beds and some like research tables and stuff like that. So there's definitely experiments being done on people down there. So I was really thinking that the barkeeper, or like the person who owns this bar, they live on top of the bar. So there is a second story to this, or like a second floor to this bar. Yeah, the owner lives upstairs basically, and they're a little bit of a sketchy person. They probably poison people from time to time and then drag them into their basement and like experiment on them, and then they probably won't survive that. There are a lot of gravestones in the backyard. I add those a lot later, but you'll see it when we get to it. So there is definitely a lot of different occult gravestones in the backyard, which is very creepy and very sus. So yes, the bartender or the barkeeper or whatever you want to call them, the owner of the bar basically, they experiment on different occults is what I was thinking. So whenever they do have like a vampire visit, I don't know why they would come visit, but maybe from time to time they do, or maybe they lure them to the bar one way or another. And yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking that they would like, I don't know, poison different occult sims and experiment on them to maybe try and create like a super occult sim that is like all the occults in one or something like that. That is kind of what I was thinking. Like they're really experimenting to, I don't know, create this super occult sim with like superpowers, who was also an alien, but also a werewolf and also a vampire and also a plant sim and also like a spellcaster. I don't know. Like basically all the occults in one. That is really what they want to achieve. I don't know why they would want that. Maybe to, I don't know, become rich off of it. Or maybe they have some like crazy revenge plan for something. I don't really know. But yes, they're experimenting on different occults to create one super occult basically. And they do that in secret in the basement. And then I was definitely also thinking that they would poison the other visitors who get to walk away freely. The bartender would probably give them some sort of a, I don't know, potion that makes them forget what happens, if that makes sense. I'm forgetting the exact word for it. So that they won't tell on them, basically. Obviously, they have to forget. So yeah, this bar is definitely very sketchy. There is some stuff going on that is not, you know, very nice, very dangerous as well. So that is what I was working on for this one, and I had so much fun with it. It's been a while since I've actually built anything in Moonwood Mill, but I love this build so much. I refound basically my love for the werewolves stuff. Not that that was ever gone. I have always liked the werewolf stuff a lot, but it's definitely a specific, like, certain type of item that doesn't always go with everything I do. You really have to do like a specific type of build for the werewolf stuff to be able to fit with the vibe of the place. But this obviously was the perfect space, or like the perfect build for it. So yeah, it's very gross. We have a lot of stains everywhere on the walls. I also used a fair share of Strangerville stuff, basically down in the basement for the experiment tables, stuff like that. But yeah, here in the main part of the bar, like the main area of the bar, I used mostly werewolf stuff, but also some gross stains on the floor. Someone in my chat suggested stains around the table as well, because when the people sitting there get poisoned, they probably fall over and then their drink will spill and you'll have all these weird stains on the floor. I thought that was such a clever detail, so I definitely added that. And then we have weird stains on the doors and on the walls. It's very, very gross. And here you can see we're moving down to the basement. This is what I was very excited about, by the way. It was a lot of fun. At first, I started building these prisons, these hospital bed prisons, basically using these fences from, oh gosh, I think they're from Get to Work, but I'm not exactly sure. Then I swapped them out for the actual prison bars. I have never used those before. They're not in the fencing area. They are debug items, I think, from Get to Work. So I placed those, and it just looks so cool. So we have these hospital beds with these with that sketchy thing like right next to the bed, and then we also have a toilet behind the bed. It's just very sad and basically just very creepy. Here you can see me placing those prison bars. It's a whole thing. It's terrible down here. It's not good. The sim owning this place is definitely very creepy. But yeah, if you're interested to see what my chat, or like the people who decided to take on this shell challenge, what they did, feel free to come join my Twitch stream. I will be doing shell tours on Halloween. So I'll be live on Halloween 7 p.m. CET, so that is Central Europe time, whatever that translates to for your, whatever that converts to for your time zone, basically. I'll be live then, and you can come join and I'll do the tours and we can see all these creepy creative things that people did for the shell challenge. It's going to be a lot of fun. I really honestly can't wait. Like I said, I'm pre-recording right now, so that won't be until next week for me right now, but it'll be tomorrow when you're watching this video. I'm pre-recording because I am going to go on a city trip. I'm going to go visit Berlin, which is very exciting. I have never been to Berlin before, so that is going to be a lot of fun. I'll be there for a few days, like 3 days. So I am pre-recording a couple of videos, so I have stuff to go up basically that day. But if you're a regular on my channel and you have missed an episode of the Short Lifespan Legacy Challenge, that's why. I did not have time to pre-record and edit an episode of the Legacy Challenge, sadly so. But the Legacy Challenge will obviously be back next week. But yeah, that's that about the channel and my schedule, basically. I'm sorry, it's probably not very interesting to you. But yes, you can see the basement come together. It's very messy. We have these experiment tables from the Strangerville pack with a lot of knickknacks. I placed some potions and stuff, because the person probably also makes the potions for the other visitors that basically makes them forget what happened. They probably brew those down there as well. I did not have the space for a kettle. Like I said, this is a shell challenge, so I could not add any space to this place. So I did not have the space for an actual kettle. I do think maybe that's what it is. Maybe the sim that like does these experiments, the sim that owns this bar, isn't actually part of any occult, but they really, really, really want to become this super occult sim. Oh, right. Why am I just thinking about this now? Of course, that is why they're trying to create a super occult sim, is because they want to become one and they want to become the superior occult and the strongest sim in the world, basically. Of course, yes. Now it's all coming together in my brain. That is what we're doing. But yeah, they basically live up here. You can see that we're starting on this. I kind of want to call it an apartment. It's not an apartment. It's gross. I mean, it is an apartment, but it's not really. It's just this tiny little area where I placed this gross bed, basically just a mattress on the floor, and I did a little kitchenette as well. So no full kitchen in this place. I just did a fridge and then a microwave and some counter space, and then also a sink, obviously, as well. But yeah, for the rest, this little upstairs area is absolutely disgusting. It is so gross, but I loved it. I had so much fun building in this specific style, like in this vibe, if you will. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just my favorite thing in the world. I don't get to do it all the time because then I think it'll probably get old, but yeah, for this one, I really, really enjoyed revisiting all the grungy items and all the stains and the cracks on the wall and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun for me. I had the most fun with it. But yeah, here you can see we have the little upstairs apartment place. I placed some cobwebs and stuff in the corner. I also placed this bookcase against the window, and I think it just looks so cool from the outside of the build, because you can see like the bookcase and the books being shoved against the window. For some reason, I really like that detail. And then I also placed some dried flowers above the bed, or some dried like herbs. I don't really know what it is and I don't really know why it's there, but they probably use it for their potions and whatnot. And then I also have some like potion research things here on the tiny little dining table. And the item with the, I always call it a Hogwarts letter, because that is what it looks like to me. But maybe they are working with like some sort of a evil spellcaster who lives in the spellcaster world, and maybe they need to like write them letters from time to time about how the experiments are going. I don't know. It's very creepy. And here's where I decided to make a graveyard in the back because, yeah, you know, a lot of these occult sims, they just don't survive. I mean, I don't think any sim has ever survived the experiments up until this point. So who knows? I don't even think they're gonna succeed, but maybe they will. Maybe they will succeed, and maybe they will become the superior occult, very dangerous and angry, and maybe they will kill everyone they encounter, basically. I don't know. It's very creepy, but I had a lot of fun with it. But here you can see I'm going wild with the landscaping, placing all these low-lying bushes to make it look very overgrown and stuff. I think I also ended up placing a dumpster just because I liked how it looked. And if you end up visiting this bar, if you want to use it for your gameplay, it gives you a place to woohoo, basically. And I always like to include that for bars or lots like this, like lounges and stuff. But yeah, I placed some stuff from the debug menu, some broken down fencing, stuff like that to basically make this place look very grungy, very broken down. And then for my shell challenge, I also had this rule that you had to place the spooky gnome in there somewhere. It is something I'll be on the lookout for when I do the tours tomorrow. Like it's kind of like a mini game for me, basically. So I needed to place that one as well. So I put it down in the basement. But yeah, that's basically it for this build. Let's jump right into the game and I'll show you the build in real time. So here we have the creepy bar in the game. As you may notice, I did turn it around on the lot because the lighting for screenshots was a lot better in this orientation, so that is what I did. But when you download it off the gallery, then it's gonna be rotated. So the front is gonna be over here on this side, which makes a lot more sense. sense. But yeah, basically here we have like the side of the bar. We have this creepy, gross graveyard back here. We do have like this fire pit situation, so that is a fun activity if you actually want to use this lot. And then over on this side, we have the foosball table, and I also have this telescope on the roof that you can actually access through this ladder. So yeah, you can actually use that. And then obviously we have the dumpster as well. And then in here, in these hay bales, I actually hid a bed. So you can actually click this and then your sim will be able to sleep on these hay bales. I think that that is so fun. But when we go inside, here we have the inside of the bar. It doesn't look very inviting to me at all. It's very creepy. Judging by this door, this place has probably been closed down before, but I think the bar owner actually just broke in and made it their bar basically. So yeah, here we have a seating area, and then over here we have a table with some stuff, a little TV as well, and just some pizza and juice and whatnot. And then over here we have the actual bar area. I love this bar from the Werewolves pack. It is so well made. Here, through this disgusting looking door, we have the bathroom for the bar. This is nothing special, just a prison toilet and a sink. But then behind this hidden bookcase door, we have this ladder that leads you into the creepy basement. So yes, this is where the experiments happen. We have these gross tables full of like potions and knickknacks. Here is some experimenting going on as well. And then over here we have the prison cells. They're so sad. We have some hospital beds, and then this. I have no clue what the proper term for this is. But this is basically how they get the potions, I think. And yeah, just a lot of spider webs and cracks on the wall. These Sims have probably desperately been trying to escape, but yeah, it just, it won't work. And then here is where I hid the spooky gnome. That is a rule for my own shell challenge, so I couldn't break that rule, obviously. Maybe this little dude is secretly guarding the place. I don't know. And then through here we have this door leading into this tiny little hallway, and the ladder in here leads you up to the bar owner's home, basically. I wouldn't really want to live here, but yeah, this is their home. They have a fridge over here in the corner, and then this little kitchenette situation, a bed over here, and yeah, their work study station basically as well. And then they have a little bathroom with a shower, a mirror, and a toilet in here. So it's basically just a wet room. But yeah, that is it for this build. So this creepy bar is up on the gallery if you would like to download it. I built it on a 20x15 in Moonwood Mill. So if you want to place it in your game, then that is where it goes. But that is going to do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to the channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. Like I mentioned, I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/Simmary Sims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!